So splitting is basically like black and white thinking. That's what they say. It's like an all or nothing type of thing. So how I have always experienced splitting, it started from when I would see a person, declare them as like, you know, oh, this is definitely like my person. Like I talked about it in past videos. Like I always thought that somebody was like my soulmate or like somebody I was supposed to get married to. So I would idealize them in the beginning. And then as the relationship goes on and like matures, I would start to see them as like their own person, right? And then say they like make a mistake or like they do something that like completely fucking triggers me, even if it's not even intentional. I'll just be like, oh no, this bitch gotta go. Okay. Now all of a sudden you are just not worth a damn, to be honest. And it's actually, I've been holding off on making this video because splitting is actually very fucking embarrassing. And there's a lot of shame attached to it, but we do have to understand that it is a defense mechanism. But two things can be true at the same fucking time. It can be a defense mechanism, but it can also be something that is very harmful to another person and also to yourself, because now you're looking at yourself like, bitch, I'm not even a good judge of character, because this person that I thought was the most perfect person in the whole world just disappointed me. But that's like, in a grand scheme of things, that's not really like realistic, because at the end of the day, we are all human beings and we all have like our good shit and our bad shit, you know? So it's like, for me, how I experience splitting is like, I am a quiet BPD girly. So it's kind of easier for me to kind of experience it, as far as like the other person not being too much phased about it, because now that I have, but in past, like before I had my BPD diagnosis, like I would handle it so terribly. Like I'll just go ghost on people, and then like eventually I would like come back and be like, you know what, I'm so sorry that I did that. Really depending on the person, because sometimes I'll just leave their ass ghosted and blocked. But sometimes I would come back and be like, I'm sorry, I definitely overreacted. I wasn't looking at the situation fairly. But yeah, now that I have the diagnosis, I just get the fuck off the phone when something triggers me, or I just go to a little quiet place, walk the fuck off, because I recognize that I have to cool down and I'm not seeing you correctly because of a defense mechanism that I'm experiencing. And it has nothing to do with the other person, and that's my responsibility. So I do that, and then I just go and I calm down, and then when I'm ready, I talk about what triggered me. And I will say that when you have people in your life that care about what you are experiencing, they will want to hear you out. They'll want to hear you out, and they'll, you know, either confirm or deny that they weren't trying to like trigger you, you know. I have had people in my life that have tried to fucking trigger me on purpose, because I literally asked them, and they told me they was trying to fucking trigger me. But people that really love you and care about you, they're not trying to trigger you at all. And all you got to do is, you know, learn and challenge yourself to just walk away and be like, you know what, I'm triggered. I'm going to walk away for a little bit, or I'm going to get the fuck out the phone for a little bit, so that I can remember that you are still you. You are the person that I enjoy to be around and talk to. But right now I'm having a intense reaction to some shit that you just did or said, and I need to go and calm down. But yes, when it comes to splitting, it is your best bet to do your best to try to vet people, because it can make you idealize a person so much to where you don't even see like their flaws. But I will say, like, the right people, they will be okay with you seeing their flaws, and they will compromise and correct things for you. But yeah, that's one thing that I will say. But I will say also that, like, I don't know what kind of attachment style that you have, but my attachment style is fearful avoidant, and it is very hard. In the past, it's been very hard, but now I'm getting a lot better at it. It's been very hard for me to see people as positive people. I've always seen people in a negative light, and I've always seen myself in a negative light, so it's just been hard for me. But now, and how that goes into splitting is, like, it's hard for me to, like, see people's positive attributes, but at the same time, I'm, like, idealizing them. So, like, once the relationship or, like, whatever we're building starts to mature, and I start to, like, I start to look for, like, their flaws, because I'm trying to save myself from getting hurt. So it's like, if I see your flaws and I can build up enough evidence and I can come up with enough shit in my head to believe that you're a terrible person, I can fucking leave, and I can jump ship right now rather than later. So if they do the smallest of fucking things to me, okay, I'm splitting, and I'm splitting the fuck out. Like, I'm a quiet BPD person, so my main symptom of splitting is me just going ghost. But now that I'm maturing, now that I'm maturing in my journey in BPD, I'm able to sit back and think about shit from like a logical standpoint, but also like feel things out as well. Because I think a lot of times with BPD, we try to like count our intuition because it is so full of nerves, which is fair and understandable. But I think that, you know, we have to learn how to like listen to that and like learn how to know like in what situations where have we been right, you know, but also, you know, admit that there have been times that we have been wrong. And it's like, okay, woosah, learn how to come back to yourself, you know, and look at the evidence, look at the physical evidence, and also listen to your body, listen to how you feel after you regulate yourself and calm yourself down. So I hope that helped, and hopefully it's other people in the comments that will chime in on their experience with splitting.